Hello, good morning everyone. So today is going to be the video clips about the last lecture before the midterm exam. Okay, because today is Tuesday and in the morning I have some urgent work, so that's why I have to cancel the class. So I decide to record this video, okay, to you because I don't want to bother you to come to the class on Friday. Okay, you should have some free time to preparing for your midterm exam. Okay, so this is going to be the last topic for the midterm exam. Okay, then today is going to be, we're going to talk about Ricardian equivalent. Okay, theorem. So today we're going to talk about Ricardian equivalent theorem. Okay, this is going to be the theory about consumption. Okay, consumption and tax. How tax affects consumption. Okay, if you learned macro 1, okay, in macro 1 we have the theory that the consumption equation is C equal to A plus B and YD. Okay, this is a consumption equation in macro 1 in mathematics economics. Consumption equal to parameter A plus parameter B and YD. YD is disposable income. Again, YD is disposable income. So normally, YD is Y minus T, income after tax. Okay, income after tax. So by the theory in macro 1, the consumption of the people going to be high or low depend on income after tax. Okay, income after tax. So this is going to be the main factor that affects consumption. So since we have tax here, okay, it means that if the government changing the policy, if the government changing the level of tax, they're going to have a direct effect on consumption. For example, if the government increasing tax, okay, if tax increasing, what does it mean? If people tax us more, it means that we're going to have less money left. Income after tax is going to be lower, then we're going to consume lower than before. Okay, consumption is going to be low. Okay, so I write down here, if tax is high, consumption is going to be low. Okay, on the other hand, on the opposite way, if tax is low, if the government lower the tax down, consumption is going to be high. This is a theory that we learned in macro 1. Okay, this is a theory that we learned in macro 1. Tax have a direct effect on consumption. Okay, tax have a direct effect on consumption. Then, this theory is work in macro 1 because in macro 1 we have no times period. No times. Okay, no time. Just consumption, just tax, just income. However, in macro 2 in this class, we have time period in the model. We have today, we have tomorrow. Then the theory about tax, how tax affects consumption, is going to be changed. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the theory in this model. Okay, how tax affects consumption. Is it going to be affect consumption or not? So here is going to be Ricardian equivalent theorem. Okay, Ricardian equivalent theorem. So let's see how the model look like. Okay, let me erase this one first. Okay. If I come back to lifetime budget constraint, okay? For the lifetime budget constraint equation, you have income today, income tomorrow, minus tax today, minus tax tomorrow. Should be equal to consumption today plus consumption tomorrow. Okay? This is the lifetime budget income equation. Okay? Lifetime budget constraint equation, sorry. This is a lifetime budget constraint equation. You have income today, income tomorrow, discount to present value, y plus y prime or 1 plus r. This is a lifetime income minus lifetime tax, sorry, I forget this one. Okay, lifetime tax. Minus tax today, minus tax tomorrow, discount to present value equal to consumption today, plus consumption tomorrow, discount to present value. Okay? So you have lifetime budget constraint equation like this. Lifetime income minus lifetime tax should be equal to lifetime consumption. This is what we learned. Okay? So then let's focus on tax. Everyone have to pay tax today. everyone have to pay tax tomorrow. Okay? So if I assume that in the economy we have n number of the people, okay, for example, we have n number of consumer or people in the economy, okay, it's big N for the total number of consumer in the economy, then we're gonna look at the role of the government, okay, the role of the government role. You're going to have the revenue of the government. The revenue of the government should be equal to the spending of the government. Okay? This is a role of the government. This is a lifetime budget of the government. Okay? Government lifetime budget. Okay? Lifetime revenue should be equal to lifetime spending. Okay? Then, what is the revenue of the government? The government get the revenue from the people, from the consumer in the economy, right? The government get the revenue from tax. They tax us, so they get the money from us. Okay? So, if in the economy we have n number of people, everyone pay tax, so it's going to be n multiplied by t. This is the revenue of the government for today. Today, revenue of the government. Tax of each people multiplied by the number of the people in the economy, big N. So N multiplied by T become the total revenue for today, okay, of the government. Then tomorrow, how about tomorrow? Tomorrow everyone have to pay tax too, okay? Tomorrow everyone have to pay tax. We have T plan, okay, multiplied by N. And discount to present value. When you have a future value, you discount to present value, you have to divide by 1 plus R. Then you have the total tax for today plus the total tax for tomorrow. Combined together, you have the lifetime revenue of the government. Okay? On the other side of the equation, okay, spending. When the government get the tax from us, get the money from us, they have to plan how to spend the money on any public project. Maybe building the new school, building the hospital, building the highway, building the railroad, okay, many things. Okay? So they have to spend the money that the government spend today. We call G, big G. Okay? This is a today government spending, and the money that the government spend tomorrow is going to be G plan. Okay? G plan stands for government spending tomorrow. Discount to present value divided by 1 plus R. Then you have this equation. Okay? Lifetime total revenue or lifetime tax of the government should be equal to lifetime government spending. Okay? And then after I have this equation, I'm going to start solve the equation. I'm going to start solving the equation. Okay? Here, I take n outside the bracket. Okay? And then I got t plus t prime over 1 plus r equal to n. Oh, wait. This is n. Okay? 1 over n, g plus g prime over 1 plus r. I got this equation. Okay? I got this equation. Just take n outside the bracket and divide it on the other side. I got this one. And then after I got this equation, you can see that this is t plus t prime over 1 plus r. This one and this one is exactly the same. I can plug this one inside this equation. Okay? I can plug in this equation inside this equation. What I have is, okay, I'm gonna have y plus y prime over 1 plus r minus t plus t prime over 1 plus r equal to c plus c prime over 1 plus r. Okay, and then after that, I plug it in. Okay, then what I have is I have y plus y prime over 1 plus r plus minus 1 over n g plus g prime over 1 plus r equal to c plus c prime over 1 plus r. This is what I have. Okay, so then what I try to show you is in the lifetime budget constraint, before you have tax, okay? Tax affect our lifetime budget constraint. After I plug in this equation of the government, okay, it's become, okay, that the government spending today, the government spending tomorrow affect the people lifetime budget constraint. Okay, affect people lifetime budget constraint. Okay, then we're going to come back and working on this equation. Okay? So let's see this one. Let's see this one. Tax today plus tax tomorrow should be equal to the government spending today and the government spending tomorrow. Lifetime tax should be equal to lifetime government spending. Okay? If I assume that on the right side of the equation, if I assume that the lifetime government spending equal to 10,000, okay? If I assume that the lifetime government spending, the government spending today, the government spending tomorrow, together combined equal to 10,000, okay? Then the government have many choices, okay? The government know they have to spend 10,000 for the lifetime today and tomorrow. So they have many choices how to tax the people. Okay, 10,000, how to tax the people. They maybe tax the people equally today and tomorrow, equally. Okay? Maybe tax 5,000 today and 5,000 tomorrow. Okay? Tax equal today and tomorrow. Or they may be using the other choice. They may be tax more today, 8,000. If they tax more today, it means that in the future they're gonna tax less, only 2,000. You see that? First choice, second choice. The third choice is they may be taxed really low today, 2,000. If they tax very low today, it means that in the future they need to tax more. They need to tax us more. So they're going to tax us more, 8,000. All of this equal to 10,000. See that? Okay. So the government have many strategy. Okay. Lifetime tax should be equal to lifetime government spending. Okay. Lifetime tax should be equal to lifetime government spending. If I assume that lifetime government spending equal to 10,000, so the government have many tricks. Okay, they can do many tricks. They may be tax us equally, 5,000 and 5,000. They may be tax us a lot today, 8,000. So future they're gonna tax us very small, 2,000. Or they may be tax us small, 2,000 today, and tomorrow we have to pay more, 8,000. So this is the trick of the government. The government can decide about the timing of the tax. Okay? The government can decide the timing of the tax. Then we're going to use this idea. Okay, we're going to use this idea to draw the graph and see how it works. Okay, let's do it here. Let's say this is a case of lender. This is a case of borrower. Okay, two cases. Okay, case of lender. We have lifetime interest rate like this. Wealth 1 plus R wealth, and this is E y minus T1 y power minus T1 plus. IC curve, equilibrium point, C today, C tomorrow, the money you save. Okay, then here equilibrium point, y minus T1 y plus minus T1 plus. This is the money you borrow. Okay, so I have two cases, the case of borrower and the case of lender. Okay, the difference is only endowment point E. The borrower, the endowment point is upper on the left. The endowment point of the lender is lower on the right. Okay, both cases have the same equilibrium point, the same indifferent curve in the middle. Okay, both of them prefer to have a smooth consumption. Smooth consumption means have equal consumption today and consumption tomorrow. Okay, consume the same level today and tomorrow. Okay, so then in this case, lender, they save some money today. Okay, because they want to enjoy, consume more tomorrow. For the case of borrower, they consume a lot today, need to borrow a lot of money today, and tomorrow they're gonna pay back the debt. Okay. Then, for example, for the case of lender, by using the idea that I introduced you before, if the government changing the level of tax, how it affect the lender? Okay. For example, in this case, if the government, increasing tax today, I'm gonna change to the blue color. If the government increasing tax today, what does it mean? Okay. Remember, we have lifetime tax equation equal to lifetime government spending equation. If the government increasing tax today, it's implied that in the future they're gonna lower the tax down. Okay. If the government increasing tax today, it's implied that in the future they're gonna lower the tax down. So T prime is gonna be low. Okay. So then in this case, if the government decide announcing that they're going to increasing tax today, it's implied that in the future they're going to tax us lower. So it means that we're going to have effects on endowment point. The location of endowment point is going to be changed because endowment point comes from income after tax today and income after tax tomorrow. They tax us more today. It means that our money today is going to be lower. Okay, going to the left. They're going to tax us less tomorrow. It means that tomorrow you're going to have more money. So it's going to moving up. Endowment point are moving up from E1, let's say, to E2, moving up like this. Okay, E1 to E2. Okay, tax us more today, Y minus T2. Tax us less tomorrow, Y prime minus T2 prime. Okay, like this is what increasing. Then how it affect us? Okay, how it affect the lender? Even though the government tax us more today for the the lender still consume here. Okay? The number of consumption, the level of consumption today, the level of consumption tomorrow, still the same. Okay? In the theory of macro 2, since we have the time in the model today and tomorrow, okay, this one show you that even though the government tax us more or changing the level of tax, the level of consumption today and tomorrow still the same because everyone prefers smooth consumption. So it's different from macro 1. For macro 1, we say that if tax increasing, we're going to consume less. Okay? But in macro 2, okay, tax increasing, we consume the same. Consumption is still the same today, consumption is still the same tomorrow. The only thing that we change is going to be the level of saving. Before we saving a lot. After the government tax us more, we're going to save less. Okay? The saving becomes smaller. Okay? The saving becomes smaller. Okay, so in this case, okay, for the Ricardian equivalent theorem, say that, okay, Ricardian equivalent theorem, the tax, changing of the tax, the changing of the timing of tax have no effect on consumption. Okay, the changing on timing of tax have no effect on consumption. This is the idea of Ricardian equivalent theorem. Come to the second case. This is the case of borrower. The case of borrower. For example, if I assume that for the case of borrower, if the government tax us less today, lower the tax down today. If the government lower the tax down today, it implies that they're going to tax us more tomorrow. Okay, so T prime is going to be increasing. So in this case, what does it mean? In this case, what does it mean? If they tax us more today, it means that today we're going to have more money. Endowment point moves to the right. Okay, if they tax us less today, we're going to have more money today. Okay? Endowment point is going to move to the right. If they tax us more tomorrow, it means that tomorrow we're going to have less money left. So then endowment point in this case is going to moving down here, E2. Okay? So then you can see that here, this is Y minus T2, Y prime minus T2 prime, going down, going to the right. Okay? Same thing in this case. When the government changing the tax us less today, tax us more tomorrow, the only thing that change is they change the location of endowment point. Endowment point move from E1 to E2, okay? Equilibrium point is still the same. Consumption today, consumption tomorrow, still the same. Income is still the same, consumption today, consumption tomorrow, still the same. Because everyone prefers smooth consumption. Everyone prefers smooth consumption. Consumption, no change. Today and tomorrow, no change at all. They just change the level of endowment, the location of endowment point. So then in this case, before they borrow a lot. If the government tax us less today, we're gonna borrow less. Okay, borrow less. Okay, the consumption is still the same. Okay, so in these two different cases, lender and borrower increasing tax today, decreasing tax today. Okay, both cases show us that the changing of the timing of tax have no effect on consumption. Okay, the changing on timing of tax have no effect on consumption. This is the idea of Ricardian equivalent theorem. Okay, it's opposite with the macro one. Macro one, if the government tax more, we're gonna consume less. If the government tax less, we're gonna consume more. But in macro two, after we have timing in the tax, okay, if the government changing the tax, we consume the same today. Tomorrow consume the same because we want to smooth consumption. Have the same level of consumption today and tomorrow. The only thing that we change is we change the location of endowment point. We change saving, we change borrowing, but we will not, okay, won't change the consumption. Okay, done. So we're done with this topic, the Ricardian equivalent theorem. This is the last one for midterm exam. Okay, good? Okay, done.